for today's Cyber CEO episode.
One of the things that I really appreciate about Leslie is that she is so motivated and will think outside the box. Her attitude, passion, you can just sense her passion in wanting to help, willing to go above and beyond. A great feeling to know that you have that kind of support behind you. One of the things that I appreciate is the support that you guys give her. She has a lot of resources that she can reach out to, which she's told me, and I'm like, oh man, you guys have definitely made it a lot easier of a transition. The level of service, it's a big help. I think that's one of the things that makes you guys special.
Welcome to Cyber CEO, wherein we talk about how our cyberbackers helped our cyber CEOs take their businesses to the next level. Cyber CEO is powered by Cyberbacker, the world's leading provider of admin support services from anywhere in the world to anyone in the world. Please visit our website www.cyberbacker.com for more details. Okay, another awesome day here at Cyberbacker. My name is 𝗙𝗹𝗹𝗶𝗹. We're back with another episode of Cyber CEO. And of course, we have a very special guest on the show right now. Alex, how are you doing today?
Doing great. How are you doing? Thanks for having me here.
Yes, very excited to have you. And by the way, I'm doing wonderful. Thank you very much. So also, to let you know, we have a lot of listeners who are also business owners just like you. So I need your help here. Can you introduce yourself to our audience? Maybe let's start off with, what's your role in the business, Alex?
I am a real estate agent with Keller Williams Realty. I've been with them for a little over 9 years, kind of coming up on my 10th year anniversary soon. And yeah, prior to real estate, I didn't have any background in it before. And so it was kind of like just learning as I go. I was very fortunate that I was able to connect with a great company like Keller Williams, where they offered a lot of great training and mentorship. So it really helped me get me on the right path, and then and never really looked back since.
Yes, that's something very exciting, actually, just planning the growth of your business, right? I think all business owners are very excited when they plan the growth.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's wonderful.
And right there, almost 10 years of experience in real estate. Now, I'm also curious to know, which state and county do you service, Alex?
Well, I'm in California. I would say my bread and butter county is Contra Costa County, but I also service Alameda County and most of Solano County. But yeah, Contra Costa is my home field.
Okay, gotcha. So I'm also curious to know, how about with Cyberbacker? How long have you been with us?
Not too long. I would say the beginning of this year, actually. So coming on 6 months almost.
Strong start to the business, of course, with your Cyberbacker, of course, right?
Yeah.
How did you find out about Cyberbacker?
Honestly, I heard about it probably like a year or two ago from a colleague who had started to use Cyberbacker and kind of brought it on my radar. And then it sort of revisited, I think, through another colleague who had mentioned it more recently at the end of last year. And the way that my business was going, last year was the best year that I had, and it just kind of, it keeps going, up and up and up. And it's, I felt like I was ready to justify leveraging out more tasks to free up more time. And it made financial sense for me to do it at that point. I think made a lot more sense for my business, and a lot of things that can be done virtually to free it up off my plate.
Yes, again, just as long as they can do it in front of the computer, basically that's all the cyberbackers can do, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Now, talking about virtual leverage, what are the tasks that you leverage off to your cyberbacker that really help you on growing the business, not working in it?
Well, for me, some of the most important things that I needed help with was organizing my database a lot better. I had like different CRMs that I've used and just kind of slowly been throwing people on there, but not really maintaining it well. Making sure I get updated email addresses, phone numbers, birthdays, and regular addresses and all that stuff. So getting my database really fine-tuned was important to me, so that I can, get maintain and do better at keeping those relations with everybody that I've built relationships with. The other aspect was that I needed help with was just my social media and marketing presence, having someone to take off the plate, like designing postcards or just postings and stuff like that, because that takes up a lot of time,
True.
and you have to be creative. And sometimes I'm feeling creative. Sometimes I'm definitely not. So I can spend way longer trying to figure that out. Or I can just have somebody else do it for me. And then the last thing that I could use help on was just more clerical stuff, things that, again, that can be done remotely, getting things uploaded into the MLS, partial MLS listings and some, just paperwork stuff that can be delegated where I can free up the time to focus, the 20% of, business that's the most important, the lead generating and being in front of clients.
The 20% that really brings in the money-making tasks, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Now, before you got partnered with Cyberbacker, of course, you had to have to choose your Cyberbacker that's going to be working with you. So you went through the Cyberbacker hiring process. So how was your experience there?
It was really a pleasant surprise. I wasn't sure what to expect. Anytime I kind of go into something new, I like to try to research the most I can, ask a lot of questions to different people, get some ideas and stuff like that. So I went around and asked other agents within my office that use Cyberbacker or use virtual assistants in more general sense, and ask what have they learned that works and what doesn't work? What's important to look for, and what kind of questions should I be asking and stuff like that? So I got some good advice from fellow agents. And so for me, some of the important things was I wanted an assistant that has had some kind of real estate background. So what I liked about the process of hiring was, the being able to have that interview where I talk to them and can see, a lot of different people at once, and then go into individual conversations with each one privately. And that way it just saved a lot of time.
Easy process. So your Cyberbacker is 𝗙ecie. How did you know that it was her that you needed or that you wanted to partner with, and one that you needed to help you with your business?
𝗙ecie was great. When we had our first, I shouldn't say is great.
Yes.
When we had our first, conversation, one of the things, again, that immediately struck a chord with me was the fact that she had that real estate background and also an appraisal background too, and had kind of been in that field over there. And so she also had some background experience working with a family member, assisting with her in her business. So she had a lot of the tech savvy background and all those things. Just her attitude, she seemed just very a perfect match, because again, there's different people you're going to meet that have different personality styles. Some are stronger than others. Some are, I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain. But one of the things that I really, really appreciate about 𝗙ecie is that she is so motivated and will think outside the box. I will be as good of a leader for her as she's been as an assistant to me. So, which will come in time.
Because again, this is a partnership between the both of you. Really has to go both ways, right? For this partnership to thrive, of course, and to reach the goals that you really want. Again, to grow the business. Now, how did you create a successful partnership with someone virtual? We have a lot of listeners who are also wanting to partner with their own Cyberbacker, but some of them need help. So what tips can you give out to our audience when it comes to creating a successful virtual partnership?
The first thing that's important, which again, I'm still a work in progress, but it's for the basics, the foundation, trying to put together a list of tasks that first off, make a list of everything that you do on a day-to-day basis to run your business. And then you go through that list and essentially say, what don't I want to do anymore? What can I leverage out? And, what can be done virtually, and start putting together that separate list, and that separate list of tasks that you don't want to do, that you want to pass off. That's really the game plan, the itinerary, and everything, the roadmap of what your assistant will be doing. And the other thing that's helpful, good to do regular check-ins, whether it's a Zoom meeting, maybe once a week, or at least obviously checking in through text message, phone call, whatever it may be. One thing that could be more beneficial for Leslie would be obviously if I was able to have a list ready to go the day before to give her of things that she can do, a bunch of tasks. But again, for where I'm at with my business, it goes like this, where I can be very busy, like a wave of busyness, but then I can have a little bit of downtime. So sometimes I can keep her very busy, and then other times there's not as much to do, which is why it's so helpful that she can get creative. And one of the things that I appreciate is the support that you guys give her. Because whenever she's doing a task, if it's something she's not too familiar with, she has a lot of resources that she can reach out to, which she's told me. And I'm like, oh man, you guys have definitely made it a lot easier of a transition from the training side of things, where, it would take a lot more time for me to train someone from, 0 to 100, from the ground floor. But because you guys already start all of that training ahead of time, I think really, really helps expedite the level of service. And it's a big, big help. I think that's one of the things that makes you guys special.
Yes, because here in Cyberbacker, we just don't pay. Here's your Cyberbacker. You work on it, things like that. We are here to support, of course. Behind that Cyberbacker is also a team of Cyberbackers that would support them for their success. And of course, in turn, would help you with your business growth, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Now, one last question for you, Alex. And I forgot to tell you that Leslie is going to be listening once we have this uploaded. So what do you like most about Leslie, your Cyberbacker? I know there could be tons of them, but just one thing that you love the most.
Her passion. I feel like you can just sense her passion in wanting to help, and passion in everything, passion within her own family and her dogs. She loves her dogs. So if she's listening, she will appreciate that. But yeah, her just passion and caringness to be of assistance in any way possible. It really speaks volumes, just in the way that she shows up every day. And she also, I appreciate tremendously that she's willing to go above and beyond on many occasions, which is such a great feeling to know that you have that kind of support behind you. And I've told her before, I was like, we're in this for the long haul. So I'm looking forward to see where this ends up at the end, and I'm happy to have her alongside with me to participate in all of this big journey. So thank you, Leslie, if you're listening.
There you go. I'm sure she's going to be listening. And of course, here at Cyberbacker, we are very, very excited to see where this partnership grows to, of course, for many more years to come. And Alex, thank you very much for giving us your time. I hope this isn't the last time that we get to do this.
No, absolutely. Thanks again for having me, and look forward to the next time.
Thank you for listening to our daily dose of CyberCEO. Stay tuned to know more about how Cyberbacker creates a difference in this digital time and age. You can visit our website www.cyberbacker.com and follow our social media pages on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Spotify.